कृपया ध्यान दीजिए, the language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen yaar, don't be so conservative. Welcome to Cyrus Says, brought to you by Jupiter, a banking app that helps you master your money. And people who follow this show, as I drop something out of the fear that I'm feeling right now, will know that we make a little bit of, let's say, criticisms, especially of South Mumbai police personnel holding up traffic for great men to pass. So finally, I think it's called karma. The world has had enough. And so they send the top cop, the biggest gun, the most popular top cop, a man who single handedly fought some of the most vicious, evil forces the world has ever seen with a single pistol against a huge arsenal. But not just that. He's much more than just that. He's a man who's gone from a village outside Kolhapur all the way to the center of Mumbai's empire and written a book. The book in Marathi, of course, is called Man Mein Hai Vishwas, a play on his name. And in English, it's been translated, and I've read the English version, and it's a very personal account in spite of the translation, which shows that it's a very good translation, I hope. And it's called Head Held High. So let us introduce our top cop, Vishwas Nangre Patil himself. Sir, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Cyrus.
First, let me, before I touch your feet and show humble obeisance, that we are not anti-police. Huh? Let people understand that we are just anti the fact that they emasculate the police, the people in charge sometimes, and make them spend the whole day serving them with salutes and all instead of doing what we call Samaj Ka Seva. Because surely just pushing the mantris up and down Walkeshwar, I mean, it's one thing with the chief minister and this, prime minister, home, but there's a limit. There's some guy in Sayadri who nobody knows who he is, a MLA ka cousin ka beta ka dost, and even he's getting a send off and cars are stopped, etc. But I won't rant and waste your time. Your time is precious. Let's get to the book. So I've read the book. It's fantastic. I really enjoyed it. Not trying to be insincere and fake. I think it's a very, very open account. And I was telling you offline also, so impressed with the detailing. How you remember names, how you remember incidents, and the clarity of your vision when you're retelling a story, whatever the story is. It's all in the detailing, which I must say. Did you maintain a diary? You've not mentioned that, but did you maintain anything like notes?
Not really, not really.
So you just have a very clear memory. So जिसने पंगा लिया, remember that the account is still payable till death. Yeah. Lots of incidents my team has put together because you're obviously so high profile and we are worried that we'll be in trouble. We have to make sure we ask you the right questions.
I'm just watching what you're asking.
Sorry, लिखा है यहाँ पे. It's all there in black and white. But this is from the team. I will ask a little bit more because I've read the book and I find it, the human story is always more fun than the professional story. I mean, 2611 is huge, no doubt. I remember when that happened. I mean, you and Sadanand Date for me were the two real huge heroes and did not get maybe as much press as you should have. You did get some, but should have got much more because of what you did. We'll come to that. But the story of where you come from, and not to put anyone down, we are all proud of where we come from and who we are. But Marathi is your language. Then you struggle with Hindi and English in this other world, which is not, I mean, you're starting on the back foot because the other people all have that, I mean, that very thing which you carry throughout the book also, but you never carry it like a complex. You carry it as a challenge. And I think that whole perspective is why you're so successful. You never feel this guy is negative. He's always positive. And whenever you've been very open about whatever things you've done in terms of self-analysis, कि मैंने ये किया या नहीं किया, and there's so many idioms also, which I don't understand how you could remember all these stories from your childhood, which just tells me that there are some people growing up who actually listen to their teachers and actually have the teacher has an impact or the person, the elder around has an impact on them. And each and every one is mentioned and given a detailed point. And I think all these little things add up to why you became Vishwas Nangre Patil. Is it fair to say? So, my question
I'm a humble public servant.
Yeah.
I understood the whole narrative. See, Cyrus, thanks for the opportunity. It's like a story like Super 30, you must have watched. We three young friends from a small village could succeed to crack the civil services examination in 1996, when none from your great city, Mumbai, was there in the final list of IAS, IPS, and IFS. I was selected in IPS. I'm presently working as Joint Commissioner of Mumbai City. My cousin Anand Patil got into IAS. He's presently Principal Secretary to Governor of Tamil Nadu. And my friend, my classmate Sugandha Chogle, into Indian Foreign Service.
Wow.
Who is now High Commissioner in Ghana. So in the same year, I not only cracked IPS, I was selected as deputy collector and sales tax inspector also. So 12 exams I cracked in 1996 in consecutive way. I think it is a planned strategy. It was a well-laid plan. So what you are saying that Marathi, of course, I gave main examination in Marathi. I gave my interview in Marathi also. In my interview, you will not believe there is an interpreter because I preferred Marathi as my medium of answer. So there is interpreter Kulkarni madam, and the chairman of the UPSC was then Lieutenant General Surendranath. He asked me, Vishwas, you have opted for Marathi for medium of answer, so why can't you speak in English? I said, sir, I'm from a rural background. I'm not fluent in English. Please allow me to speak in Marathi. No, no, Vishwas, you try in broken English. There would be direct communication. So I said, okay, sir, I'll try. Then he asked me first question, Vishwas, you have been graduated in 1993. These 3 years, what are you doing? I answered, sir, I have established one competitive study center at my village, which works for the upliftment of the rural youth as well as for disseminating rational and viable ideas in rural folks. He was impressed.
You had learned by heart.
Yes.
That's in the book. That's in the book.
Yeah.
2-3 baar aisa hua. These
And
incidents where
then
you
my
have-
real English came out.
So it's a high Punda English and then the normal.
Yes,
Yeah, wow.
yes.
Yeah.
So he asked about Ghashram Kotwal. I got confused. I
Oh.
didn't know the word for womanizer. So I
Oh.
asked, madam, please tell me.
Oh.
So then I answered in
What is the
whatever
word for
language.
womanizer?
Strilampad in Marathi. So I was knowing the woman. so
What an awkward question to ask.
very
Miss Shri
awkward,
Kulkarni, madam.
but yeah. But the interview went well, and I must tell you the last question of the interview. He asked in Hindi, Vishwas, is दुनिया में क्यों आया?
Arey?
I got confused. I've not come myself. My parents must have brought. So I answered, sir, there is one. I got a pause and for a while and said, sir, there is one poem of Lamansha. And it must be the source of inspiration for me. And I narrated that poem, which is beautiful. The
Impossible Dream.
Yeah. Arey, I must salute to your memory.
Sir, मुझे ये book बहुत पसंद है because I can see you're a philosopher. I get very attracted to philosophical personalities. In all that, and you're a warrior. You see, these are the two things I like the most in men. Not in that way. Let's not get too close. I'm sorry about that. But I throughout it's like that, and you're not afraid to talk about you what we call in Mumbai parlance chalakgiri. You're not afraid to use that sometimes, like you did in many cases. There's an incident with a girl also where you have learned something by heart to impress her in English. It's such a charming story, and I was just thinking that you're able to say all these things, and I hope people go out and read this book because you forget the police officer and just see the human story. My entire family, my wife has started reading it, and Kunal has already got it. So immediately you have to understand that the hook is 2611 and you are a celebrity and all this is fair enough. But the fact is the story is lovely. And just what you're telling me right now is what I think that's the essence of who you are. You're true to who you are. You accept that and you love it. And I think that's what comes out in the book as well. Now let us go to some formal questions. Sir, if there are any question you want to ask yourself, you can ask yourself and I'll stop talking. Now, what made you join the police force? I'm not going to ask because you read the book and all that's all there in detail, everything. What I want to ask, which is not there, is the wrestling side. I was very interested in why you have finally put in one point, I'm not a good wrestler. It doesn't look like you tried enough bouts or had enough competitions at a high level to really know. You sort of turned your back on wrestling, in spite of the fact that it's not just father; it's an older tradition in the community of family. So why did that happen?
Yeah. My surname is Nangre. That relates to the plowing. So in village, plowing and wrestling are the main professions. So my father was a wrestler, very good wrestler. But when he started agriculture, he faced many challenges because wrestling you can do up to like till marriage in villages, 30, 32.
Oh, alag wrestling.
Yeah. So after that, he thought that I should study.
You have said that. Sorry to interrupt. You have said that actually in the book a couple of times. It's almost like wrestling is then you become like a wastrel after a point. Up to a point, you're a star, and after a point, is that a?
Unfortunately, the wrestlers sometimes, I'm not saying in all the cases, are used for political purposes. I will not say directly because that is my father's profession, and father worshipped that profession. But he discouraged me, and he thought that I'm good in studies. So He motivated me. When I was in Mumbai, I was in Delhi, he used to write a postcard to me. Can you believe he was not very good in Marathi? He used to write s- Modi script. This is the oldest Marathi. So, but without fail, he used to write one line which gave me killing instinct, burning desire in me to study and to do the hard work. That line was this: Vishwas, before taking my last breath, I want to see you coming as a civil servant or collector with a vehicle with beacon light. So that was the motivation he gave me. So wrestling, I got discouraged due to my father, of course, who was a good wrestler, but good that I could wrestle well in my profession.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But just last point on it, were you a decent wrestler, all said and done, if you look back?
I
Because
don't
I
think
understand
so.
that dad decided ki let's go ahead in life away from the wrestling and all. But okay, that's it. We won't ask again.
I'm a good fighter. I'm not a good wrestler.
You're a great fighter. The 2611 is, I mean, nobody's character can be proven more than a situation like that. Sir, for me, you're a hero. Not just for me, for the whole country, you're a hero. You don't have to prove that ever again. Let's go back to what's a day now, today, as a senior police officer, what's a day like? People think it gets easier, but actually, in the police, it actually gets worse as you go up the ranks.
See, police profession has different layers. There are 4 levels of recruitment: constable, police sub inspector, DYSP, that Deputy Superintendent of Police, or in Mumbai city you call ACP, Assistant Commissioner of Police, and me recruited as IPS, Indian Police Service. That is the elite service in this profession. So at different levels, the scenario is different. But all of us are 24 by 7 on toes last 5 days, from PC to CP, all police constable to police commissioner. Everybody was on road because of the Ram Navami, Hanuman Jayanti, Dr. Ambedkar Jayanti. We couldn't sleep well. Everybody is on toes. One August Allmore, ex-police commissioner of Berkeley, has said, I'll reiterate, policeman is denounced by the public, ridiculed in the movies, berated by the newspapers, unsupported by the prosecuting officers and judges. They are shunned by the respectables. They are exposed to countless temptations and dangers. They are condemned when they execute the law and dismissed when they do not. And they are supposed to possess the qualifications of doctor, lawyer, diplomat, educator, with remuneration less than that of a daily wages laborer.
Wow.
So,
Amazing. So this is the what they should put up to stop people recruiting. Honestly.
no,
Wow.
no, but it gives tremendous satisfaction, Cyrus. I must tell you, our priority is to give service and to help the people in distress: women, children, senior citizens, people from minorities, people from scheduled caste, scheduled tribes. They don't have who don't have the voice. We are their voice. The woman who is suffered, the girl which harassed, they approach to us. So with empathetic approach, we like to respond. If you have time, I would like to reiterate one poem.
Please, sir, it's your interview. जो भी
Yeah,
कहना
yeah.
है
So it's
I can't
about
even
my book. So,
just pretend you're back in the station and
so
I'm a subordinate.
yeah,
In between you can say Chaila also, no problem.
this is a poem written by one IPS colleague, Khaki. मैं खाकी हूँ, दिन हूँ रात हूँ सांझ वाली बाती हूँ, मैं खाकी हूँ. आंधी में तूफान में होली में रमजान में देश के सम्मान में अडिग कर्तव्यों की अविचल परिपाठी हूँ, मैं खाकी हूँ. तैयार हूँ हमेशा ही तेज धूप और बारिश को हंसकर सहने को, सारे त्योहार भीड़ के साथ मनाने को, कभी पत्थर और कभी गोली भी खाने को. मैं बनी दूजी माटी हूँ, मैं खाकी हूँ. विघ्न विकट सहकर भी सुशोभित सज्जित भाती हूँ, मुस्काती हूँ, इठलाती हूँ, वर्दी में गौरव पाती हूँ, मैं खाकी हूँ. तम में प्रकाश हूँ, कठिन वक्त में आस हूँ, हर वक्त तुम्हारे पास हूँ, बुलाओ तो दौड़ी आती हूँ, मैं खाकी हूँ. लास्ट लाइन्स आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. भूख और थकान की बात ही क्या, भूख और थकान की बात ही क्या, कभी आहट हूँ, कभी चोटिल हूँ, और कभी तिरंगे में लिपटी रोती सिसकती छाती हूँ, मैं खाकी हूँ. So Khaki is always there for you, for Mumbaikars.
And look at your memory again. Full poem by heart, full that verse by the American police officer by heart. I think that's also helped you as a writer because you obviously have a colossal memory. Like everybody doesn't have that. Let's face it. There's a lovely story we were talking about from this poem, the sense of secularism and sacrifice. There's a story about vultures which you mentioned, which I liked a lot. where the baby vulture is asking the father mother vulture, ki, I want to eat human flesh.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they're unable, he fails to get it and tries to fool the baby. And then finally, you tell the story. I think what's happening in the background, and it's a fabulous story.
Actually, that baby vulture wants to eat human flesh, so request, father, I want human flesh. So uh, that father, the vulture, goes around and sees that if he can get some meat of human, but he finds the meat of cow at one place. He brings it. Uh, he That baby is not ready to eat. Then again, he flies and sees his meat of I think suar ka,
Huh, big, huh.
pig. So again, it brings. Still, that baby vulture is not happy. Then there is a sinister plan in his head, and
Huh.
he takes all flesh of this cow and pig, and pig's meat he throws on the mosque, and cows on the
And
mandir temple, and then the riots start. People kill each other.
there's lots of human flesh left
Yeah,
for him to feed
yeah,
the baby. What a story that is. I thought it was going to be like a funny story, but it just hits you suddenly. And
yeah.
again, so reading this, how contemporary the book is, there are enough incidents here which you can keep relating, because I'm not saying improve or not improve, but it looks like India and the world, let's not just say India, the world is a really strange place. So does it ever get too much for you? I mean, what you saw on 26/11, what you see daily basis when these riots happen for you, when you're dealing with all kinds of oppression and exploitation. Does it ever, do you ever think कि यार ये मुझे मैं तो फंस गया इधर, I need to do something else? Do you ever feel that?
Not really. It's my passion. Policing has become my passion, and I relate with the police force. My real uncle was police howlder. My real brother-in-law was inspector. He retired now as ACP. So I'm IPS officer. So since childhood, I have seen this, and we are rural children. We have seen the struggle enough. So this is a cakewalk. Of course, many challenges, many dualities, many complexes we face every day. Situation every day is a war day. But again, we learn a lot.
But would you say, now you brought it up again, कि mentally you guys, rural background makes you tougher than an urban background?
I don't think so, but I feel myself that our challenges are a little bitter, tougher. And in Mumbai, my kids are now like they are urban
Urban
children,
kids, yeah.
so there is like
Better,
parent.
his daughter is sitting right here, Janvi, so you better be careful. He may be the boss in the police force, but has to go home at some point. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
yeah.
ठीक है.
So there is parent-induced wastefulness,
Wow.
PIW.
Is it?
Yeah.
Huh.
So we induce children.
We
I
make
mean,
them soft.
yeah, soft. Yeah,
Oh.
protection every
I will
time.
go
Don't
home
go
and
out.
slap my children today. I've learned a very valuable lesson. Silvery, when you become a parent, first lesson. No, no, we're joking about all this, but so much to talk about, not enough time. But before we go into a break, a couple of things I wanted to get into, because I know we'll get a lot of 26/11, so I don't want to get into that yet. One of your, I think Rajaram College, you have this meeting with this great man, Madhavan. Not everybody doesn't know this, but Madhavan, the actor, the superstar, actually he's one of the cine superstars across India. He was your roommate for some time. Again, what intricate detailing about how he would speak in proper English and all the girls liked him, and yet how he never offended anyone. It was very interesting to read. So, what is your relationship with him now? Obviously, you'll go back a long way.
He has written testimonial for my second book. He's so sweet, and he's like friend, philosopher, and guide for me.
Mhm.
Always, whenever I am stressed, I call him. We have a very good relationship. After passing out from the college, also we kept in touch, and he was kind. That time I was preparing, but we kept in touch. And also now he comes to my office. We meet on social occasions. He's a great guy. He taught me a lot. I mean, mental fitness, physical fitness, and spiritual quest. Also, he is a philosopher in real sense. What do you expect? And during our college days, of course, we were envious because he's a handsome dude like you. So,
सर ये sarcasm नहीं चलेगा हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं young young I'm young.
so, so all the girls were around him. So we used to envy him a lot, but he never got upset with us, our comments, and very friendly, healthy sportsman's like attitude he had. And NCC also, he joined that youth exchange program. He got a lot of laurels. But in best Rajarami, best student of the
I
year
read that. I read
competition,
that. Yeah.
I don't know why I
You
got
won it.
that
Yeah.
trophy, because he had
He
some
missed something.
academic issues, but he deserved it. But I got it.
Okay. That we'll never know the truth, but at the end of the day, it is Vishwas who takes it home. So that's the way. You read the book. Let's not give away everything. Read the book. Lots of interesting incidents like this, including the entire chapter, sort of about Madhavan and the Rajaram experience. But one last thing, I know time is going to be an issue. The bike, yar. 2, 3 times, the first bike. Uh, I have a young son, and I'm just thinking, there's a point. This is the one thing where you seem to have held your ground. You wanted a bike, whatever happened. If you just go back to that time and just tell us how important was having that first bike that you got.
Yeah, first I got the moped,
The moped,
TVS
yeah.
50, when I was in 11th. My father never compromised on my education. Let me tell you honestly, he sold 1.5 acres of land without my knowledge
Wow.
for educate me, my brother, and my sister. Yes, first moped was like second hand. So instead of driving it, I riding on it.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
pushed it many times to reach the school, college, and to the tuitions. So that was a bad
But then you'd
experience.
appreciate the time it ran
Yeah,
because itna mehnat karke, it's like you earn your meal at the end
yeah,
of the
yeah.
day.
And again, second bike or Kawasaki
That was a
Bajaj.
proper Kawasaki.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
But
that
that was also second hand. But I enjoyed it.
second hand is only known to you. Nobody knows what hand it is. But I'm saying the heads turn in the college. I'm just trying to understand this. Even going back to my college days, when a guy gets a bike, how
Yeah.
he suddenly becomes somebody.
Yes.
Immediately, and you felt that you've written that very clearly, that suddenly, I mean, not to say that society is at fault, but why does that happen? What's the difference?
I don't know materialistic approach. But
But specifically bike here. Bike, mein, I don't know whether it's a merge status with it or what it is, but there's something.
adrenaline rush. That kind of. I mean,
The girls noticed you, the
yeah,
guys who
yeah.
never talked to you looked at you suddenly, or just because you had a bike. Yeah. Lots of these important stories, you can infer what you want from them, but they're throughout, peppered throughout the book. Now, do you still have a bike craze now that you could have any bike you want and all?
I did dirt biking a lot when I was commissioner of police. Nasik has beautiful surrounding and beautiful roads. So even Akshay came 2 3 times, and we had a great biking over there. So that is a passion. Still, it is a passion.
So, sir will be seen in Dhoom Part 4. We're working on it right now. Janvi's right here. We're going to talk, negotiate, figure it out. Yeah, before we go into a break, just want to mention the book again. It's called Head Held High. Please understand that Vishwas has written about his journey from wherever he comes from to wherever he is today, and he's not holding back. It's a very candid and open account. He's self-critical, he's critical of others, and he's also accepted who millions of people around him who have played a part in his role in his life. If you want to write a book, remember you have got to have a memory like Vishwas. Is just now, I think in the podcast he's quoted 5 times already, which tells you that that's a very important part of writing. Unfortunately, we have to write fiction only, sir, because I can't remember anything. मुश्किल से मेरी wife का नाम क्या है? What's her name? I'm asking the anchor. He doesn't know my name. Yeah, that unprofessional. All right. So Head Held High. The Marathi version is also out. Man Mein Hai Vishwas, which I think is a beautiful title. Play on the word, and of course, goes back to why he was named that as well. Read the book, you'll find out. Before we go into break, let's introduce Mr. Silvery. Sir, this is a terrible human being. He's
Yes.
a stand-up comic,
Hello,
English
sir.
stand-up
Nice
comic.
good morning, sir. Nice to meet you.
Who's you not have any criminal activity because you got beaten up in Powai last year.
Yeah, but that was criminal activity done on
On
me.
you.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that wasn't me doing.
But sir was not around at that point, so you can't blame him.
Yeah,
Huh?
but now I know, sir.
He was with
Yes,
Akshay
yes,
up and down
yes, yes.
Nashik slopes having a good time.
Yeah, I need wide level security. It's what I've realized. Yes.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah,
Let's get
okay,
into it.
All right. So the Jupiter taunt for today is bank responses are as slow as.
Mumbai traffic in Walkeshwar in peak hours.
Mumbai traffic at Sakinaka in peak hours.
Mumbai traffic.
Mumbai traffic.
Why are we even denying that? In spite of sir, but sir is from the other side of the.
I'm law and order in charge.
He's law and order. So mere bari nahi. Look at somebody else.
So everything, man, like traveling to from Powai to Khar every morning.
My
is
God,
very slow.
Traveling from Malabar Hill to the next lane is very slow because of the digging that's going on.
Oh, my
Don't
dating
start
game.
me off.
My dating game is it's as slow as my dating game. Bank response are as slow.
As slow as my marriage from my wife's perspective.
Oh God.
She paints, so there's some interest in her life. It's like that.
Bank responses are as slow as my father's driving. Like it's extremely slow.
Can you believe it? Even my father used to drive really slowly.
Yeah, that's I think the
Pata
father
nahi-
thing.
I think
I think your children think that you drive really slow.
No, Parsis imagine their speed breaker. They're only community who imagine speed breakers coming. Every other one, they go over the break. Oh, man, what happened? I hate the speed breaker. The only people who say, "Nahi, aega." So you're just waiting
Yeah.
for the speed breaker. Your life passes you by. Don't start, yeah.
Bank responses are as slow as dial-up internet in the 90s. Connected to dial-up internet.
Bank response as slow as the young Bishan Singh Bedi bowling left arm orthodox. Because he used to really give it air, the ball.
Bank responses are as slow as sitting through a 5-day test match for me. Because I'm not a fan of cricket.
Yeah.
Sorry, Cyrus.
Be very careful. Law and order himself is here. Neto, you're taking panga with the wrong subject. All right. Shall we go to a quick break?
Yes, go to quick.
So let's take a quick Jupiter money break. And when we come back, before that, I have to just quickly read out. I think by now we all know there's no such thing as a free lunch, and any banking rewards are basically a lie. Just apologizing to Vishwas ji that this has to be done, which is why I was pleasantly surprised to find that on my favorite digital banking app, Jupiter, each point is equal to 1 rupee. I'll repeat that. Each point is equal to 1 rupee. You earn 1% rewards on debit cards purchase. And now I don't know where I am, and even some select UPI spends, and these rewards never expire. So the more you use the app, the more rewards you get. All right. So basically, if I spend enough, I'll explain to people who don't understand like myself. So I'm talking to myself now. So basically, if I spend enough, I may even be able to get a free lunch purely by their neat reward system. And now, with great expression and passion, I love this Jupiter Money app. No jargon, no hidden fees, and it's completely paperless. You can check out Jupiter.money, or you can download the Jupiter Money app on your Android or iOS phones to get started. Short break, and then when we come back, some more candid questions with the one and only Vishwas Nangre Patil.
Hey everybody, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Storytellers and Storytellers, Vineet speaks with drum prodigy Darshan Doshi about helping young Indian drummers take to the world stage. The Simplified Gang delves into the unfortunate financial crisis in Sri Lanka. On Smarter with Sid, Siddharth observes how Lata Mangeshkar was snubbed I tell you, out of memoriam mentions in both the Grammys and the Oscars. This is an absolute disgrace. And on the Life Manifestos, Arena explains how to beat procrastination and show up for yourself. Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcasts on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And remember, if you enjoyed this show or any of our other shows for that matter, do please tell a friend. Also, don't forget to rate us on any of the platforms you're listening to us on. You can check us out on YouTube as well. On ivmpodcast.com/YouTube, we have a list of all of our YouTube channels. Do check out if your favorite show is available as full video. We are also doing a small listener survey to better understand how you respond to our shows and advertising on the network. We'd really appreciate it if you could spare a few minutes to fill it out. It helps us build better shows for you. And finally, we'd like to thank our sponsors for this week, SBI Life Insurance, India Water Portal, and Jupiter, a digital banking app. Thank you so much for making this possible.
Yes, it's called Head Held High. I hope you can see it. And the forward is by Julio Ribeiro, one of the great cops of India, I would say, not just Mumbai. And also Sachin Tendulkar and Amitabh Bachchan are in the blurb at the back, which is two of the greatest Indians the world has ever seen, at least for my money. So 4 big names for the price of 1. That's what I'm trying to say. So they're marketing karke aate. I may not have the memory you have, but I can do some lying. Not lying, but promoting. Silvery.
Yes, sir.
Shall we ask a couple of quick questions? Go to AMAs. We have only about 15-16 minutes left. So
yes, so please.
You were discussing parties that you go to while India is burning and fighting and rioting. You shamelessly, you should hold your head in shame. Yes. You're always at these rave parties.
Yeah. And some of them.
Cyrus famously stopped a few of these.
Correct. Yeah.
And let's ask him about it.
You were telling us about you raided some interesting parties.
Interesting, no?
not political party. That podcast is for later. We're talking about just rave. Interesting.
Why you are asking again about, because that will make me villain amongst the youngsters.
No. How cool you are. Police officer bhi tha party mein.
So when I was SP of Pune, that time I raided that Sinhagad rave party in 2007 March.
Yes.
Then when I joined as Anti-narcotics cell DCP in Mumbai in 2009, I raided that Juhu 72 degree.
Wow.
And when I was additional CP of Western suburb, this area, I raided that Okud Bash. My team raided we detained. I didn't opt to arrest these youngsters. We detained 280 in Sinhagad, 232 in Juhu 72, and 98 in Okud Bash. So I took their blood and urine samples, and you will be surprised to know 86% tested positive for different drugs in Sinhagad,
Wow.
92 in Juhu 72 degree, and 98% tested in Okud. So we arrested the peddlers for sale, possession, and distribution, but we gave option of rehab to these youngsters. So they said there is Section 64A of NDPS Act gives the immunity once in a lifetime. So all these youngsters opted.
So you get
to-
a second chance if you're a user, youngster.
yeah,
This
user,
is the point.
consumer, yeah.
So second
For
chance, but third, fourth chance they made it. Please understand the point.
So how do these raids happen in the
tip
sense?
off? No?
Yeah, tip off. Who tips off? Like,
No,
you have, like,
actually,
a informant?
the communication
Uber
is very
drivers.
discreet.
Huh?
Communication
Oh.
for the drugs is a difference because that when I was,
they used language.
yeah, language.
disguised
IsraTrans.com was the
Oh.
website at that point of
Okay,
time.
okay.
That trans or rave music, rave is radical audio visual experience.
Oh, is that so?
So I must.
Radio, audio,
I'm-
visual
I'm-
experience.
I thought some
Not
guy
radio,
made up this
radical.
word, rave. I don't know.
Radical audio
Radical
visual
audio
experience.
You didn't know this.
And
I didn't know
when,
that,
When,
no.
when
And
I
you-
thought
you're a
rave
professional
just means
raver.
put your
You don't
hand
know-
up and
you
dance
don't
with
know.
one hand.
Yeah. That's Bhangra with
Yes.
bhang.
So that unless and until you chew that magic pills of MDMA and ecstasy and
Yeah.
speedballs,
What are those, sir? I don't know.
चल तेरा podcast नहीं है.
पवई में शाम को आता हूँ मैं.
I'll be in
Raheja
car today.
building. I'm texting the address.
So you can like touch those fluorescent colors and the music pierces into your ears. I must say, one of my friend's daughter was also there in
Oh
the
my God.
party. I booked her. Very unfortunate and very sad for me. But after that rehab, she came to me. I asked her, from an influential family, why you're doing? Sir, I can't live without this. I am taking your interview to a serious turn. Recently, I witnessed a suicide of a 15-year-old girl. She jumped from 8th floor. And she had written a suicide note, 3 columns: start, stop, and quit. Start obeying parents, focusing on academics, focusing on good habits, exercise. Stop. The first line was taking drugs, taking pills, overuse of multimedia, that social media, Instagram particularly, and all other points. And quit. I fail. I'm not able to succeed in combating my bad habits. So she quit and she jumped. I
Oh.
couldn't sleep, Cyrus, because these drugs, I'm also responsible if it is growing in the city. So we have now chalked out a plan and we are focusing on drug peddlers on more because consumption, of course, those are victims, the drugs addict we see on, but their rehab is very important, settling them. Okay, we are taking to serious turn.
No, it's a very
Yeah.
important point. I think I don't want to blame parents, but I always feel that parents and support system have to play a stronger role
Yeah.
before you bring
Yes.
police and all into it. You have to know enough. I mean, sometimes you don't, I guess, but you have to sort of know if people are unhappy, disconnected,
Yeah.
So, but it's very nice to see that you have
humane side.
the compassion for understanding that addiction is actually a disease.
Every
and
cop
not-
is not like Dabang. It is going
That's
to beat up
true.
everybody every
Yeah.
3 minutes.
Correct. That's absolutely right.
With one item number every 20 minutes. That's a totally different concept. इसको कुछ पता नहीं दिया. This why kids are like this, yeah. We have a time constraint here, so let's quickly 2 minutes talk about 2611. How can we not talk? And then we'll take 3-4 questions, as many as we can before we have to let you go. So, I mean, you've been asked this millions of times. My first question is, and in the book you have written, you never felt fear during, and I don't think anything in this book is dishonest. You never felt fear. You've given reasons why, because, from the Bullock incident, please read the book to understand. I can't make him tell you everything. All the way down, there are things that have shaped you so that when you're dealing with any crisis, it's just another crisis. It's almost, that's the sense I'm getting. But it's such a scary situation. You are watching on CC camera, you saw these guys and they're real evil. How did you mentally, just take us through that a little bit? What were you thinking? How were you dealing with it?
See, before the attack, almost 1.5 months before the attack, we had got certain inputs that there would be some kind of sabotage on Taj and 6 other places. So I had recceed Taj for 6 hours on 29th September, and on 30th September, I had conducted meeting with the management for 3 hours again. So I was knowing the nook and corner of the hotel. The topography was completely by heart because after seeing 8 hours, that whole campus. Of course, 9:38, two terrorists entered from main gate of Taj, and 9:40 p.m. Those who did sprinkling in Leopold entered
Side
through
gate.
North Court gate. North
North
Court
Coast.
Hospital
North
is
Coast
there, no?
Hospital gate. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I was doing ASL in Oberoi Hotel till 9:30. I reached home having my that day. Coincidentally, my night round was there. 12 o'clock it starts,
Hmm.
but I thought to take a nap. But I was having dinner with my wife, and that time phone bell rang. Dr. Venkatesham, the then additional commissioner of South Mumbai, which was rushed to Leopold. There is firing going on. So first of all, Leopold also there was some input about that hotel, and we had taken a lot of measures. 2 days before the attack, I had removed 200 odd hawkers on that Kulaba causeway. The whole road was clear. So the Pradhan Commission, which inquired into our actions, gave credit to the police and municipal corporation for saving the lives because the hawkers were removed and nobody was stuck over there. So instead, I thought it is something weird. So I loaded my Glock pistol. I was not with bulletproof vest, of course. My bodyguard Amit Khetle, he got 3 bullets, 2 on the legs and one pierced through his tummy and killed Samadhan. They killed Rahul Shinde, who the another constable who accompanied me. So I was moving in the car and rushing to Leopold. On way near metro, I got phone call from N. Roy sir, the then DGP, and Hassan Kapoor sir, the then Commissioner of Police, which was rushed to Taj. And specifically, I was told that there are grenade blasts and AK-47. Then I thought it's a terrorist attack because there was input. And instead of going to Leopold, I reached to rear gate of Taj because I prefer to enter through that fire exit. And Sunil Kudia, the Taj security chief, was waiting there for police help, and I was the first one with my bodyguard to reach over there. It was 9:51 exactly. 9:40 terrorists entered. 9:51, 11th minute I enter, and there was a grenade blast. There was the AK-47 sounds, and it annoyed me, angered me. I don't know, because whenever we reach, the crime is already been committed in normal situations. Here the crime was going on. People were being killed. So without thinking for a fraction of a second, without waiting for the reinforcement, bulletproof jackets, automatic weapons, I thought I should go and try my best to stop these killings. I was not aware because on the way, my senior PA of Kulaba told that 100 plus terrorists have incurred. So it was a death trap. But I told you that poem of La Mancha. The last lines are this: I'll be true to that glorious quest when I'm late to my final rest, then the word will be better for this, that one man scorned and covered with scars still strove with his last ounce of courage to reach that unreachable star. So that spirit was there, and we entered on the second floor. Taj security, 2 security guys were there. They took the injured person, and on the royal staircase, Sunil showed me 3 terrorists with haversacks. Fortunately, their back was on our side, and with that time aiming is not possible. It was 15 meters distance, but I took a battlecock position, fired 3 rounds on them, injuring one of them, and that was the retaliation from our side, which proved very important. We got the president's police medal for gallantry for these action particularly. So then I took a back, and we got the volley of bullets in the retaliation. But Taj walls are so strong. Then I took a pause. That time they had vanished. So I told Sunil to take us to the 6th floor because domination from the higher levels is important. So 6th floor, I went where that Mr. Karambir Kang's family and Savina Sehgal, that reporter, were killed at 3 o'clock blast. We checked the 6th, 5th, 4th floor, 3rd floor.
With just your one pistol.
One pistol and one additional pistol with my bodyguard. 2 of us and Sunil Kudiyadi. And then we thought up to 11 o'clock, not a single bullet is fired. When we came and I went to the gate, that time 2 grenade blasted at the lift area of the royal staircase. Then I thought they're inside. I thought they're escaped. Then we manned the gate, and Rahul Shinde, who martyred that night, and that Samadhan More, these young boys, 21, 20-year-old boy constables, they accompanied me. 2 more officers accompanied me. And then we checked that north side. South side was already checked. North side of the old Taj Mahal Hotel. Everything happened in old Taj only. We went to 6th floor. Then I checked, nobody was found. Then I came down. Then my batchmate Rajvardhan Sinha, who is now joint CP traffic, he joined me. And then we went to the CCTV control room because I had reced that
Correct,
hotel.
yeah.
No, so CCTV we could locate three terrorists in the lobby area with 5 hostages. They were kicking them with all male and bringing them down. So I reported this this scenario to the Commissioner of Police, and Commissioner of Police told me that, Vishwas, keep them pinned down. That conversation is recorded in the control room. And I committed on behalf of my team, sir. We will not allow them to come down though we die. And that fight went up to 3 o'clock. We used to fire 1 or 2 rounds because,
They have more guns,
so, and whenever they were trying to come, because Marcos were on the way. But at 3 o'clock, they located us and bombed our whole floor with the grenades, and flames, fire started, smoke started coming into the CCTV control room. So we thought, instead of dying, let's go out and fight whatever possible. And we were in the line position. I was leading, Rajvardhan was following me, then my bodyguard. They did the spree of bullets from 4th floor, in which my bodyguard got 3 bullets. Rahul Shinde succumbed. I remember Rahul's martyr body. Next day, I went to bring back, and his body was rigor mortis. But his finger was in the trigger, and the Sangin was targeting, and his eyes were open and giving the commitment, sir.
It's like the poem.
Yeah,
Right,
poem. Again, I would like to reiterate one beautiful share. दुनिया में मिल जाएंगे आशिक कई, मगर वतन से खूबसूरत सनम नहीं होता. नोटों में लिपट कर, सोने में सिमट कर, मरे हैं कई, मगर तिरंगे से खूबसूरत कफन नहीं होता. That commitment that night, Tukaram Mumbai, 55-year-old Amaldar.
Grab the gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, what a story, sir. Amazing, really. I mean, how do you match that story, honestly? I'm getting goosebumps listening to the whole team is, I mean, that's just fantastic. And I'm just thinking, you must be thinking of family, you must be thinking about country, you must be thinking of people, women, children who are stuck there, which you saw on the CC camera and all that. And in some way, you're the only thing holding these guys back, literally. You're 4 of you guys. Fabulous, really unbelievable. But we're running out of time. We can take maybe one question quickly.
All right, sure.
Yeah.
So this one is a slightly light-hearted question from Harvesh Pakasar, who says, "Hello all. Question for sir: how do you jiggle between your professional and personal life? Since you mentioned on all festivals you have to be on your toes all the time."
Yeah, of course. But I do make it a point that I should spend some time with my kids, with my wife. Sunday I run a lot. I run marathons. So my wife was very upset because Sunday I was not given. So I made her to run a marathon. So both of us run together, talk together.
Fantastic.
So,
The secret to a happy marriage.
Yeah.
Join me. Wow. Yeah. All right. This has been wonderful. Unfortunately, not unfortunately, his time is more important for bigger things in our podcast. But what an honor it has to have you in the studio. Everybody who is looking forward. The energy in the room is very high. The book is called Head Held High. I'll try and, with my bad hands, I hope I don't cover anything. Here it is. It's a fabulous, very, very human story from the heart, written by a man who was an absolute warrior. A credit to the country. A credit to humanity. Sir, what
Thank
a
you.
fantastic story.
Thank you, Cyrus.
And I have to mention, don't forget to download the Jupiter Money app on the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. Commerce and the reality of such a emotional tale of yours, I mean, but that's life. It all comes together, as you know. Please, people, go and read the book. Again, I'm telling you, Marathi version, Man Mein Hai Vishwas, English version, Head Held High. Both are excellent. Please, whichever language you're more comfortable in, just get the book and read it. Keep this book. It's a tribute as a mark of respect to a man who has served the country selflessly. And what a fabulous story it is. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Cyrus. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right.